Hello everybody. For this video, I'm going to do a woven bale. I got a request to show how to do bales. I'm going to do one in particular for today, and in the future, I'm sure there will be more different styles of bales, but it's on my list and I'm very excited. So this is I can't remember the stone. It was given to me. It is some type of chrysocolla with gem silica. It's very, very beautiful. And it has a hole in it. I was going to wire wrap this today, and then I was like, wait, this is a perfect piece to do a tutorial on a bale. So I have 20 gauge wire and 28 gauge, and then you will need cutters, chain nose pliers or tweezer nose, and round nose or your 6-step pliers. These are my babies. I love these pliers so much. I highly recommend getting a pair. If you're new to my channel, my name is Bailey. I am the owner of Wire Weaved Uniques. I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're gonna get started. And just note, this is an unplanned bale, but I'm gonna keep it simple for this piece. I'm gonna try to keep it simple. So what we're gonna do is, excuse me, a ruler would be good too. Ruler is good. I typically eyeball everything, but I try to measure for you guys. So to be on the safe side, I'm gonna cut 2 6-inch pieces of 20 gauge wire. So there's 1. And 2. So we have 2 6-inch pieces of 20 gauge wire. Now you want to smoothen it. You want to make it smooth. You can use the plier of your handles to get all those kinks out. Or if you have nylon tip pliers, use those. They're amazing. I love those just as much as my 6-step looping pliers, but this is a little trick that you can do if you don't have fancy tools yet. So what I'm gonna do, really the goal behind this is finding a way to attach your bale and making it functional and secure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually put this wire in first. I'm going to put it in our hole here. And I'm going to go about halfway. I'm going to bring the wire up. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my chain nose pliers, and I want to get this centered at the top there. You know what? To be honest, you guys, we only need 1 piece of wire. So 1 6-inch piece of wire is good. What I'm going to do is I brought this wire over from the back side, and I'm going to bring it around once because it's going to secure this. Then what I'm going to do is pull that main wire over a little bit and bring this one up, because we're going to do a woven bale with just this 1 piece of wire. And I'm sorry if my fingers look a little dirty. I was just polishing a bunch of pieces that I oxidized this morning. That was fun. I love oxidizing copper and bronze. So now we're gonna take our 28 gauge, and I like to work off of the spool. So I'm dropping the spool to my right side on the floor because I'm right-handed. We're gonna take our 28 gauge. I'm bringing the tail end up from the hind side of our base wires. So I can grab that, bring it up in between the two, and we're gonna start our ladder weaving. So I'm gonna make 3 coils just around our bottom wire here. So we have top and bottom. And make sure your coils are tight. Excuse me. You can do this with 26 gauge. This weave, I do have a tutorial for a whole bezel on this weave. And you don't want to pull too hard if you're working with 28 because you don't want to break your wire. And undoing your coils to redo them if you're not happy with them, that can also really weaken your wire and it'll break on you. So now I'm going to go up the back side of the top wire to go over and down through the middle. And I'm going to do it 2 times. We're in the middle, coming behind and up and over the bottom wire 2 times. And go back and up, over, down through the middle 2 times. Think of it like a figure 8. Coming around, going over the bottom 2 times, going back up over the top 2 times. And you should start to notice this really nice weave happening. Now I'm going to pull my wires apart a little bit to add a little bit of a curve to this bail. And then towards the end, I'll close the wires back up to reverse the shape of the curve. So this is what we have right now. We're just going to repeat this process. Now, as far as how much weaving you do for the size of a bale, I just always decide based on the size proportion of the stone. So I'd say we're about halfway at this point. See how it's got that nice curve? So now what I'm going to do is take my chain nose pliers and I'm going to bring these wires back in like this. And then you want to keep those in place, but straighten your wires back out so that you can get your wire down in between the two smoothly. It does get a little awkward as you get closer to those bends. You just gotta hold your wire in place. If you guys watch my fingers, you'll see how I navigate through this section. Because your your weaves will start sliding on you if you don't kind of hold them where you want them to stay. And it's all a matter of, see that? So you want to hold that so that it stays. Make sure once you get to the top section, make sure that you are really holding those weaves in place, because they will slide up on you and create spacing in your bale. And you don't want that. It's not a bad thing. You just might not quite like how it looks. But that itself is a whole other design, I'm sure. Wire wrapping is truly amazing, and you can literally make anything work as long as you can find where to put your wire when you're finished with whatever type of weave that you're doing. See, now this is nice. We're getting our wires closed up here. You want them to close up, depending on what you're doing, of course. If you guys find a different way to end off your bale, kudos to you. Good job. I love that. I'm proud. Excuse me. Okay, so now we have a nice little bale. I am going to end this weave with a couple of extra coils, as I always do. And we're going to cut off our 28 gauge wire, and we're going to cut this off too. Make sure you flush cut it. Cut it as close as you can. So now I am going to take my 6-step looping pliers. I love using this size, I believe that's a 6mm size mandrel. What I'm gonna do is pull this forward a little bit, because we want our circle to be center on our pendant. So we've created this nice woven bale. So now to secure this, right, we got to secure it. There's so many ways that you can do this. For now, I'm going to bring one wire on one side, and I'm bringing the other one on the other side. And I am just crisscrossing them. And I'm going to bring the shorter one all the way around. We're going to take our pliers and just tighten everything up. Now, one of my favorite ways to end these loose ends like this is do a swirly do. Swirly do. So I always leave about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. And if you have round nose pliers and you're doing this with me, go ahead and grab them. With this pokey end right here, you want it to touch its own wire. Try not to create a piggy's tail. You want the end to touch its own wire, and just take your time and follow the wire to make that nice swoop. I'm going to go up a little higher. Then you can take your chain nose pliers and kind of squish that into place, get it where you want it to sit. And we're going to do the same on the back side. So I'm going to cut just a little bit off. We're going to grab the tip of the wire. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, but it's not coming. Make sure that that end, that pokey end, is touching its own wire. And you're going to guide it and swoop to where you want this to sit. And I'm going to take my flat pliers and kind of just get everything into place. That is adorable. So make sure you have no pokies. Take your time on your weaving and on your swoops. This is one way to do a nice bale. It's just figuring out how to start it and end it. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Excuse me. I know I really enjoy making these videos. Please drop any requests in the comments. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Feel free to check out my website, my website, and come join me over on Whatnot. I do Free Flow Friday shows, which is where I kind of just make whatever. I appreciate you. I can't talk today, apparently. I appreciate you guys all so very much. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I truly enjoy doing these little videos for you guys. So please, any requests, I am definitely open to it. Thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful day.